Thank you very much. That's one of our favorites. And on all these gizmos back here behind me, Michael Heffernan on the keyboard. Michael has some stories too. He's been with us since 1981.
First of all, I'd like to explain why I stood up to play that last tune. The seat is getting lower and lower, and I can't fix it. I'm going to be sitting on the floor soon. Nobody's got one of those drummer key things to anyway. It's my problem. That's all my own personal hell. Don't worry about me. These guys are my buddies. I've been with these guys for a long time. I started in 1981, January of 81. So do the math, it's like a gazillion years, these guys, we stick up for each other and stuff and do, but there's some things that they won't let me forget from the beginning. I did a couple of funny little moves at the beginning. I wasn't familiar with the whole scene. It was one time in Toledo. And this was when we had a larger band in those days because we still had a steel guitar player. Pee Wee and I overlapped for about 7 years there. And he was still doing a lot of stuff, and they were still looking for parts for me. Now this is only the second month that I was in the band. So we're playing in Toledo in an arena, one of these makeshift stages that they built. And maybe what, 5 or 6 feet up would it be, or yeah. And off to the side was our monitor mixer, Chuck. And I thought that he was on the stage, but he was on a partition that went off to the side. So during the record of the Ever Fitzgerald, I didn't have a part yet. So Gord was trying to get a message to Chuck. I thought, well, I'll be a team player here. I'll go and give the message to Chuck. And I walked over there and fell right off the stage. Did you actually see it, Rick?
All of a sudden he was there, and then suddenly he just dropped it.
So you're the one that squealed on me, I guess, huh?
No, I didn't squeal on you.
Gord said later, he said, that'll teach him to wander around. I'm doing him a favor. Anyways, that was Toledo, and what was significant about Toledo was the very next day was the first time I met Andy Mock here. We'd known him for a long time. I mean, prior to me being in a band, but my first time meeting him was, I think it was March of '81. And I didn't know that he was, I thought maybe he was just a real rabid fan or something. I didn't know what.
Well, I was.
But he and his friend came out, and they were doing entire skits of Monty Python. Now, that's one step away from learning Klingon, isn't it? It's a little bit nerdy. that was the first time I met our buddy here, and we had, like, for the longest time, we didn't even know he sang and played the guitar. He didn't tell us, He was just around because he was a nice guy, And he could talk a lot, so it broke up the silence for it. Anyways, folks, thanks very much for coming out. It's really a pleasure doing this. We went into this with a cautious optimism, and we wondered whether the fans would accept what we're doing. And you gotta understand, we're not out here trying to get $1 million. We're doing this because it's a labor of love. So, thanks.